All right, you ready to get started?
Yes, I am ready to get started. And first of all, I want to thank you and the whole Let's Go To It All family to have me here.
Absolutely.
So,
So to everyone out there, welcome back to Do It All. I'm Gabriel, and I'm here to help you unlock your potential and be everything your heart desires. Almost 80% of people who lose weight regain it within 5 years. Are you ready to end the diet roller coaster once and for all? What if the secret isn't another quick fix, but one powerful hack? Today we'll get some great insights into fat loss, health, and the philosophy behind body transformation. Our guest is someone who hasn't just studied health transformation, he's lived it. After struggling with severe weight issues, he made a promise to himself and took massive action. He lost 45 kilograms or 99 pounds in just 3 months. He made a promise to himself and took massive action. He lost even 54 kilograms in 4 months. That's 119 pounds. And incredibly has kept it off for over 3 years. It's awesome. Now through his course, Body Transformation X, he's helping others break free from quick fixes and build sustainable health. He's not just a coach, he's someone who walks the talk. Please welcome Himanshu Rana. So before we dive in, be sure to like, subscribe, and join the Do It All newsletter. While we talk, if you have any questions during the live stream, feel free to send them in the chat and we'll answer them at the end. If you're watching this later, you can find Himanshu's contact info below or send us an email or a DM. And just one quick note, today's interview is not sponsored. Himanshu's a friend who I've known since the start of Do It All, and I thought his expertise in health and wellness could really help this community. So Himanshu, we're so glad you're here to share your expertise. To kick things off, could you please tell us a bit about your personal fat loss journey and ultimately what led you to becoming a body transformation coach? Go ahead.
so for my fat loss journey, for the most of my life, almost 90% of my life, I have been fat and severely fat, almost obese. And everyone around me, you should lose weight, you should do this and do that to lose your weight. And if any fat person is listening this, then they can understand how hard it feels. Like for us, we are trying our best to lose our weight, but on the people outside, they think that we are not doing anything and we are not putting any efforts. That's why we are not getting any results. And you feel harsh, like I am trying and it's not happening, and all other person are telling me like do this and do that. And it's same for me. I even remember there was a PT teacher in my hostel where I did my transformation, all my fat loss. He always used to tell me run, run, run to lose the weight. And I always lied to him that yes, I ran today. I also ran today. And he keep going with me, okay, okay, because he don't want to be like want to miss that I know I am lying. So and one day he also told me on the face like you are lying. I know you are not doing any work. So it feel harsh on me.
Yeah.
And there are so many incidents like happen that forces me to become healthier. And one of the biggest thing that happened is not even related to my health. Like at that time when I change myself, I'm not thinking about the fat loss. At that time there is a senior who is all friendly with me, but he also used to say that you should lose fat, you should lose fat. And I am become frustrated of it. And I just don't want to deny that like I don't want to do any work. I have tried everything and I don't want to do anything else.
I think that's pretty
So I just
normal to
tell
feel
him,
that way.
Yes, it's hard for fat people choosing. So I tell him, when you came after passing out, like you have done your 12th, you have completed your high school studies, and when you come after that, I will be fit. And my idea behind that is that he is going to take at least 3 to 5 years to get all settled, get a good job, or get good at anything. And after that, when he come, I will be passed out, so I don't have to face this guy again. But unfortunately for me, he just came after a year, and I'm still in the school. And so I was fat at that time, and he said, कि तेरे पग तो अभी भी सही फैले हुए हैं. Like what you mean to say is that my side fat is still so big, like I'm still fat, and that hurt me the most. Like I don't want to be a guy who broke his promise. I can be fat,
Hmm.
anything else, unhealthy, even me. I can do myself, I can do anything to my body, but I don't want to break anyone else trust. Like I promised you and I don't deliver on it. So that's why I decided that I'm going to be healthy, I'm going to work on my health, and I'm going to all the things like running and dieting.
That's
And the
amazing.
other boost that I'm getting, the other boost that I get, I told this to my friend, and one of my friends came, "तू करता रहा है, like you can't do this, no matter what you tell. You are a lazy guy and you are not going to do this." So all my journey, I have this motivation in mind. तो से तो दिखाऊंगा, like I will show you that I can do it.
What do you think was more motivating? Your promise to yourself or your friend telling you, you can't do this? What do you think motivated you more? Like your self promise or proving to him that he was going to be wrong?
So the more thing that motivated me is promise to myself, because I
Good,
don't
yeah.
want to face that guy again and still not delivering on my promise. Then he will know that I am lying and I don't want to be a liar. And but in the short words, like I'm waking up in the morning, I'm all sleepy, winter outside. I don't want to get out of my bed. But that come in my mind. He say I can't do it. And I will tell myself I can do it. Because first thing is believing in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself like you can do it, so you if you don't believe in yourself, there is no way that you are going to get this done.
That's
First
true.
of all, you need to believe in yourself. And after that, I started my fat loss journey, and my environment is also supportive. Not good, but suitable for my fat loss, because one of the main things that we need to do for fat loss is being in calorie deficit. And in my hostel system is like that, if I am only half hour late for lunch or dinner, I am not going to get it anyway. So for the most people, if they have to diet, they have to diet 24 into 7. They have to control their cravings 24 into 7. But for me, it's like if I postpone my dinner or lunch for half hour, then I don't have to worry about it, because I am also not going to get after that no matter what I do. And doing the running. And one thing that I remember from my exercising while doing this, like I have researched and I found out like which type of exercise can burn the most amount of calories actively. Because the passive calorie we are burning, we cannot control that, like how much body burn our calories without we doing anything. We only have on our hand like what we can do to burn maximum calories while we are doing something. So I found an exercise that is jogging. So I used to jog at very slow pace, and there are teachers like everyone live in the same hostel, teachers, etc. student. So they all used to tell me like you can't get fat loss by this way. This is never going to work.
Hmm.
The reason behind it, running is harder, so it should be more effective. But this is not always the same. Like harder something is, it is going to more beneficial. I just say them like yes, 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 I will listen to you. But I kept doing things that I am doing,
Yeah.
and jogging giving me the most results.
So I have a few questions
And
for you. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you
okay,
were done, but if you want to
yeah,
finish your train of thought, please.
no, matlab, the thing is that jogging is beneficial, and difference with running that running is a high intensity exercise. And for any high intensity exercise, your body use glycogen. Glycogen come from the carb stores in your body. You eat your carbs and your body break down into the glycogen and store into your muscles. And for any high intensity exercise like weightlifting, for high intensity training like zone 5 cardio, all the intense cardio, your body use glycogen, but you actually want to use your fats. And fats can't give you the explosive energy that you need for running. fats give you sustainable low amount of energy for the longer period of time. So jogging is more suitable for that.
Hmm.
That's why people, you have always listened like walk 10,000 steps. 10,000 step is low intensity cardio. Like you are doing a low intensity exercise for a longer period of time. 10,000 steps take too much time. So that's why I choose jogging. Like it is harder than walking and still low intensity, like getting more results than walking and still on the low intensity side, so I can get better results in the less time.
Did you know this? Like when your friends were telling you, you have to run, but did you know that the jogging, like the low intensity, was going to be more beneficial? Or was it
Yes,
just
at that time
theory? Like you
I
were testing a theory?
no, I'm not testing the theory. Like is that I want to lose fat from a very big part of my life. From many years I want to lose fat. For the fat person, he is never going to admit that he want to lose fat, but everyone dream about like getting fitter and don't struggling in our life. So at that time I know like this is going to work, but I can't force that on them because they think I am a fat guy. So anything I know is going to be wrong about fat loss, because if I know the right thing, I have been fit till now, but they forgot that action is also the part of equation.
Right. So I want to ask you some questions so the audience can get to know you. Um, so the
Okay.
first one I have for you is, as a body transformation coach who learned from experience, like you told us, is there a
Yes.
morning routine that you use or you recommend to start the day off on the right foot?
So first of all, I think morning routine is not necessary for anyone.
Hmm,
Not anybody have to follow a fixed morning routine, because we all have different goals and
true.
different things we have to work on, and we also have different problems. Like if someone have skin issues, then his morning routine will be more focused on his skin, like how to take care of his skin. And if someone have like mentally, psychologically issue, philosophical issue, like I don't want to run, I don't want to do this, don't do that, maybe meditation or being mindful is good for him. So everyone have different kind of morning routines. But what I can tell you that morning routines are helpful, but it is not necessary. You can get results without morning routines, but you do morning routines, it is going to be more beneficial. And instead of telling like this morning routine is best, what I tell is how to create your best morning routine, because everyone is different, so they can
True.
create their own morning routine. So the best way to create morning routine is first of all find all the problems that you want to solve in your life. What you think like you do in the morning is all these things I need to do to solve these problems, and just put them in a series a logical order in the morning so you can do it.
So the next question I have for you is, what's one thing that people are often surprised to learn about you? Like maybe
Learn about me,
someone that didn't
what
know
I
you,
felt.
and yeah, someone who didn't know
Okay.
you, and then they learn this thing.
So this, for the most of people, it's a big number. Like how you lose 54 kg in just 4 months. It's very extreme and it's very hard. But one thing they don't understand is that all weight loss is not same.
Hmm,
While I have lose 54 kg of in total weight, that's all is not fat. I have also lose the water weight, and I have also lose the muscle mass also. Because when I am going in such a extreme weight loss, muscle is also going to be get affected. That I not recommended for the most of people, but I was so focused on getting as slim as possible as quickly, because I don't want to face my senior again being fat. But for most people, sustainable fat loss is very good thing, and they can minimize their muscle loss by doing things sustainably and don't do not going in too much extreme or losing too much weight.
I see. Right.
And this is a very big topic. Like what is weight loss? Like all type of weight loss. There are many people online that give you tricks to lose your water weight. And once you see like 5 pounds, 10 pounds lose in just 2 to 3 days, and that actually works. most people think that what this guy is saying is right. But most of the that weight that you lose, like 5 to 10 pounds in just 2 to 3 days, it's just water weight, and you can get water weight back in just 2 or 3 days.
Hmm.
Like same for my journey. Like I said, I reduced 45 kg in just 3 months, and total of 54 kg in the fourth month. Like in total 4 months. But it's not that I have lose that 45 kgs equally divided in 3 months, like 15, 15, 15. For the first month, I lose the most amount of weight, around 25 kg. So it's more than 50% of the weight that I lose in total in 3 months,
Hmm.
because the most of it is come from the quarterly.
Right.
So most people don't understand that it is not all the fat loss, but they become so surprised like how someone can lose this much weight in such a short time.
Yeah. 120 pounds is a lot in 4 months. So it's very impressive.
Yes, I am still like I have such a loose skin, not too much because I am young. I gain some muscle tightness after some time, but I still have some loose skin. Like when I do a chest exercise, like, so I get veins looking on my chest, but my side fat is still present. Like I am fat and shredded at the same time because my skin is so loose that my fat is not evenly distributed on the body. All the fat is focused on the my mid belly section.
Hmm. Well, that's a pretty
So
extreme example for you. I think, maybe others,
yes,
some people have that need, and then other people's it's less. So I'm sure your coaching could help people individually.
yes, this is what I want to say. Like if someone have time, if they can lose weight now, do it now because later never come. Like the
Yeah.
post I made, like I am going to work on it later, and at the end of life you say, oh shit, what have I done?
So the last question I have for you is just personal thing before we jump into like stuff about the program. Is there something you've recently become really passionate about? Something that really caught your interest and like you are on fire for?
Okay, so I am always passionate about fitness and getting more healthier. And so first it's about fat loss, and after that it's about like how I can get more healthier in my life generally. Not only about fat loss, it's not about losing weight, getting everything under healthier. And the recently thing that most make me passionate too much is that all the science and technology development that are happening now. Like if we go 10 year back in the time and tell us 70-year-old, 80-year-old, like you should get healthier and you can live a longer life, then their main reason will be like, what is the meaning of living a such a strict life if that
Hmm.
only is going to add 1 year, and that is not also certain that this is also going to add 1 year in my life. But now we are at such a time like if we push 10, 20 years, there are very high chance that most of the diseases that people die from can get curated and can get treatment for that. So it's fascinating. It's make me passionate to more about fitness. Like it's the time. This is a time which gives us the most result about our fitness. Healthier we get, the most amount of benefit we can get of the future technology on the future advancement we are getting now.
Yeah, I can tell you're really into this because a lot of the things you said, you're just building up your passion for health and fitness. And also, in the time that I've known you, I've seen you grow more passionate about just helping people, like your heart is growing and like wanting to help people. So I think that's really wonderful.
Yeah. This is also on like shift. Like when you started knowing me, I was at that time working on health span, like how we can improve our health span and live a healthier life. And the reason behind was like I have done my fat loss, so it is logical to go for the fat loss needs, but I go for the health span because reason that I am thinking that I am living in my own echo chamber. I was fat, I saw fat people, so I thought that fat loss is the bigger problem,
Hmm.
and not all people need that. I thought that I'm in a echo chamber and more people need to work on health span. But after doing work for so many months, I understand that the most of people who want to work on their health are the fat people, and it's not that it is a bad thing or the slim people are not conscious about their health, but it's that fat is a visible problem. People can see it, but all the health, like your lungs health, your heart health, it's not the thing that you can see easily.
Can you
So
just
the
explain to people what health span means for people that aren't familiar with that? Like just a quick, short explanation of what health span means.
so so lifespan is the total amount of year you live. Like if you live for 100 years, your lifespan is 100 years. But health span is how much time you live diseases free and freely. Like say if you are living for 100 years, but last 40 years you are suffering from chronic illnesses and always sick, taking medicine and in bed and not able to do things that you need to do, like moving around freely, don't able to do daily work that you want to do or enjoy your life. So that reduce your health span. That 40 year is not going to be counted in your health span. So the only the 60 year of time where you are free from diseases and healthy and can do all your things is your health span. The time you live in the good health.
Yeah, that last 40 years you might be miserable. So you want to increase that health
So like
span so more of your life you're happy and you can move and do the things you want.
this, like you remember when my mom was in hospital, I also told you that I want to make my health span course free because I don't want to people to suffer like this.
Right.
Because I understand that seeing people in such a problem, I myself say this like I used to say it is better for my mom to die than suffering like how she is suffering at that time. It's so hard for me, and I know it's also hard for people. That's why I tell work on your health plan. Even there are people, elderly people in everyone's life who can get too much benefit from this. And it's not about elderly people; it's about myself also. Actually, I am going to be father one day. I am going to be grandfather one day. And for that time, if I will be healthy, then my children, my grandchildren will be happy to see like our grandpa is over with us.
Yeah, when you're a grandfather, you want to be able to play sports with your grandkids, right? Not just be stuck in the chair. So it's worth it.
It will be very hard. Like you want to play with your grandchild, and you are saying, "Bring me my stick. I have to
Yeah.
sit up."
So,
And I feel the pain people feel when they see someone they love suffering.
yeah, that's you have a lot of empathy. That's great. Um,
Yes.
so the first question I want to ask you about what you do is often we hear a lot about the importance of putting health first, but in a world full of responsibilities and distractions, how can someone genuinely make their health a priority without letting the other areas of life suffer? Like, what can you do to make um, your health
Okay.
first, really?
Okay, I understand. Like you are saying, like health is a priority. We all say health is a priority, but how we can keep that priority in our life when we have so much work to do, so much other thing that we have to work on.
Yeah, like you have a job, maybe you have other responsibilities. How do you balance that?
So, if I have to tell the truth, there is not too much thing that you need to do to be healthy. Like this much thing you need to learn to get healthy. Like what should I do? And this is the amount that you need to do to get healthy actually. And the main objective is to find this much out of this so we can know what we need to work on. And most don't think about this like we are investing time in our health and our fitness, so we are not getting anything in return. Like if you ask any fat person or any healthy person, it's become hard for them to sit for too long time. If they sit for longer hours, they start being uncomfortable. And even though they bear with their uncomfortableness and keep working on, but their productivity reduces because their mind
Right.
is also distracted on their uncomfort. Like they are not comfortable with that. So if they become healthier, their life also become easier. I also have a personal experience that I want to share. When I was in hostel, my room was on first floor. So having a room on first floor is like hell to me. Daily climbing upstairs, climbing downstairs, climbing upstairs, climbing downstairs. And I used to always say like, why don't why can't I go below? Why I can't go on the ground floor and live there? But after I lose the weight, after I become healthy, doing running and other things, my body becomes stronger by doing running and other kind of exercises. And also, as my weight is lost, I first it's become easy for me to climb stairs, and this thoughts never come in mind that I want to go below on ground floor because ground floor is not safe because if we are living in hostel, like mobile things and other things are not allowed it there. So first floor is safer because if any teacher comes, so we get time to hide that in, hide that anywhere. So first floor is safer. And after as I keep getting stronger, like doing exercise for legs, like squats and etc., it become like I am gliding on the stairs. Everyone
Hmm.
used to say that Himanshu is the fastest climb stair. He just kind of like he's gliding over the stairs.
So you
So this,
enjoyed, like when you started focusing on your health, you actually enjoyed
yes,
the challenge more.
so
I think that's pretty
to say it
common
like
too, because you feel good about
if
it,
you
right?
think about hmm, if you think about this like a game, like in game we have different like easy mode, normal mode, and extra hard mode. So the unhealthy people are living life on extra hard mode because the normal thing that people can do without any efforts, without putting any strain in their body, and that is easier to them. It's hard to us. Like when I am fat, climbing stairs is easier for everyone, but it's hard for me. Walking for a long distance, normal for everyone, but it's hard for me. Then I lose weight, I become healthier. So life become easier. Everything in life is just become easier. And once you get addicted to that, life getting easier, you keep working on your health. This is also one of my motivation. Like if I give my body discomfort for 20 minutes a day, I can get comfort for the remaining 23 hours and 40 minutes in a day.
Yeah.
And it is a very good trade-off. Like you put effort, discomfort on your body for 20 minutes and you get so much return.
Yeah, you're looking at the benefit of it, right? And you're framing it kind of
Yes.
in a good way, a good mindset about it. So, in your opinion,
I
oh, go ahead.
oh I even remember like the person I am currently working with my 10 months challenge. So he used to say like I am a very busy guy. How can I work? Like I can do the dieting because after all I am going to eat food, so I can choose what to eat, what to not eat. But exercise I have to allot extra time to it. So I have tell him like this is the program that I use. This is the same program that I use, and it only takes 20 minutes a day, not more than that. And in this 20 minutes, only 1 minute is lifting. You are actually doing exercise for only 1 minute, and 90 minutes is the rest between them. So you can do the work in rest between, like brushing your teeth or doing some other thing like listening to a song. So it's not that you are 20 minutes in full hard mode. You are just hard mode for 1 minute.
Right, right. What's um, what's one thing that people should do to focus on what they on if they want to sustain that fat loss? Like, what's your best advice if someone is working on fat loss or has achieved fat loss? How do they sustain it?
So the number one thing and the only thing that like number one suggestion for me, if anyone is starting their fat loss journey or already in their fat loss journey, is don't make so radical changes that your environment can't support that. For example, like I skipped 2 meal a day. That are radical change and very hard for many people. Like you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And if you skip lunch and dinner, you will be hungry 24 into 7 because you are only eating breakfast. And that only going to last for 4 to 5 hours max to max, max to max. So it's a very hard change, radical change. But it worked for me because my environment is so that I only have to control myself for half hours, two times, like half hour for lunch and half hour for dinner. But for most of people who are living at their home and can eat any time of the day, this is going to be too radical. So start with the smaller changes that you can maintain over a long period of time. Like instead of eating ice cream, eat yogurts
Hmm.
that are healthier and somewhat same in taste. So that can be healthier for you. And it's apply everywhere. It's applying not in the diet, but also exercise also. Don't do such exercise that is too hard for you. The number one mistake that most people make while starting their weight loss journey, health journey, is that on day one they are too motivated. Can be the any reason they are too much motivated. Like can do this, I can do this, and they do the all the exercise they can do. They go to the maximum, and on the next day their body is not used to this much effort. They start to get feel pain in their bodies, and as it's second day, their motivation is down and pain is high. So think about like first day, this is your motivation and this is your pain. On day one, your motivation is higher than your pain. And if you work too much, so your pain is going to be up. And on second day, your motivation is going to be down. So it become hard for you to work on the second day and use and fall down of the slope. Even if this don't have on second day, third, fourth, fifth, this can happen in 1 week. That's why most of people who start their health journey and fat loss journey fall off the track in just 1 week. So my idea is that make the smallest amount of change that you can commit for a month. Like you don't have to do all the exercise that you can do. You just have to do the exercise that you can do for 1 month, no matter what happens. If you say like I can walk 1 kilometer every day for 30 days, no matter what condition occurs. Like I can do this easily. So start with that. It's about building the momentum.
And you know that from
Like
experience, right? I'm sure that
yes,
that
yes I
really
know.
helps in your coaching is that you can relate to these strategies.
Like I understand when I started my paddle journey, there is a ground that one circle of that ground is around 500 meters. So when I'm in end of my journey, like I have almost completed my transformation, I am doing 20 rounds of that ground. Like I am jogging for 10 kilometers every day. And if anyone listen this, they think this is such a big number. How can one do this? You did this because you have mental fortitude or anything else. But if they look at how I started it with just 2 rounds. Like I only used to run one jog for 1 kilometer a day. And after that, I keep building that up.
And is this how you coach your students, like progressively, so they don't burn out?
Yes, I think I work with them not like putting all the habits that they need to do on day one, like do this. If this have to do, they can also do that because in my 1 hour session where I tell them everything they need to do, so they know everything they need to do. But what my work as a coach is to make this easier for them, like progressively getting things,
Right.
adding things, so it don't become complicated. I can
And
explain
more
this later when
realistic.
I get time.
Yeah.
Yes.
So before, like a few minutes ago, you mentioned that not all weight loss is the same. Can you explain the different types of weight loss and why it's critical for people to understand the differences of those?
Yes. Okay. So the three type of weight loss that, like I was told previously, is come from the three things that you lose in your body, like low water weight loss, you are losing water from your body. Fat fat loss, like you are losing fat weight from your body, and muscle loss, like you are losing muscles from your body. And the thing is that we want to maximize the fat loss. We want to lose as much fat as we can without affecting our muscle mass. Because water we can take easily, but muscles take time to build. And this is also essential for making our daily life easier. If we are too weak, then there is no meaning of being healthier if we can't even support our own body. Even lifting a mug become harder, and there is no meaning in that. And this is also important to understand. Like many people post radical diet online, and I have seen it myself. Like online, I have seen too many diet like use this diet, use that diet. There is a person who said, cut the carbs and sodium like salt and carbs cut for 2 to 3 days, you will reduce this much weight. So this look magical to me. Like I just have to eat unseasoned food and cut down my carbs for just 2 to 3 days and I can get this much weight loss. But after that I understand that this is just a water weight. If I eat little bit of salt and little bit of carb, I'm going to get it again. And this is also not a bad thing. I think this is as a good point because as fat take time to lose it, it is also take time to get it back on our body. Like if water is easier, you eject water if you don't take glycogens. Like I told, carbs converted into the glycogen that give our body energy in our muscles and store water there. If we don't eat carbs, our body is not going to make glycogen. As we don't have any glycogen, our muscles stop storing water in them. And this is how we lose the water weight. And we can again, like, do you know about creatine monohydrate bodybuilder steak? Like, is the audience know the creatine monohydrate and how that works?
Hopefully. Can you explain that?
Yes, I can explain it.
Yeah.
So, creatine monohydrate is a supplement. Like, creatine is naturally created in our body by our kidneys, but still, we take bodybuilders take is to get extra strength and get extra fullness in their muscles. But what creatine do is store more water in the muscles. So it gives the look that they are getting bigger muscle, but it's just the water mass. And if you ask any bodybuilder, they know if they don't take creatine for 1 week, all the muscles that looking big in size going to be shrink because they are not holding that much water. So this is water weight loss. You can gain it easily and you can lose it easily. This doesn't even matter in the long run. What actually matters is fat loss because fat are calories. Fat is store calories, and as store calories take time to burn up, it also takes time to accumulate over the period of time. Don't think about like fat loss is taking time, so it's bad. Think about if it is taking 1 year to go, it is also going to take 1 year to come back.
Right.
So you are getting how much result you are getting result how much you put effort. So if the water weight is going to lose in just 2 days, then it can also come back in just 2 days.
So
any bodybuilder, if you look at bodybuilders before the show, they reduce all the water from their body and they become fully dehydrated, and this lose 1 to 2 kg, like 2 to 4 pounds of their body weight. So are they going to keep that off? No, they drink water because they need to be in a healthy.
So a lot of this sounds like nutrition, which seems to be a really confusing topic. What's your whole take on good versus bad food, the debate of that? And is there any place for junk food in a fat loss plan?
So the first of thing, like my take on good food and bad food is that there is no good food and there is no bad food because every food have their own category. Like what we call a good food, like it is low in calories and high in nutrients. This is what we call a good food. And what we call a bad food, like junk food, like they doesn't give any nutrition value, but they are too high in calories. All the junk food we call them bad food because they are not going to give us many nutrients, but giving too much empty calories that can make our weight go up. So it is not suitable for our goal. That's why we call it bad food. But if you look at it from perspective of a skinny guy, for which gaining weight is harder, and he need to gain weight to gain muscles, so it is a good food for him. Like you see many people online who are skinny and not able to gain muscles, they are eating junk food to gain muscles.
To get like
That's
high
what for
carb
them.
input for the...
Yes.
You're right.
So it's actually not bad food. It's just that it is not suitable for our goal.
Interesting.
And one other thing to do not call it a bad food is our relationship with the food. think about this. If you call any food that is high in calories and low in nutrients, you call it a bad food, and whenever you eat it, you will feel guilt inside yourself. Like, I did something wrong, I cheated on my diet. But if you just look at it from the perspective of calories and nutrients, you think that I just did extra calories today. I can adjust that in the next day. So suddenly it is not a bad food. It is just a little bit calorie extra this day, which we can adjust on the next day.
Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Like for me, I have a pretty consistent, healthy lifestyle. So I don't really worry
Yes.
about having some ice cream or having some chips because I know my consistency makes up for that, right? I think that's what you're saying
Yes,
is
and
that if you
yes,
have a good
yes,
lifestyle,
this is
you don't have to worry about eating a little bit of bad food. Is that
yes,
right?
and if you call that bad food, you feel guilty. Like if you think ice cream is bad, and whenever you eat ice cream, you feel like, oh shit, yeah, I am eating bad food again.
I just,
But if you
for
think
me,
it's
I
just a
think it's
little bit extra
delicious,
calorie,
but I don't worry
yes,
about it
it
because
delicious.
I know, like, if I'm
Yes,
if I'm doing yard work or I'm doing, exercise, it's not really going to affect me. I can have a little bit of that when I need it or when I want it.
and there is also a way to strategically use this type of food in our diet.
Hmm.
Like we can use this to break plateaus, like our metabolism is so down by doing dieting for such a longer period that we can do a refeed session of 1 to 2 weeks where you are going to eat more than your normal dieting. Like if you are on a diet, you are on a calorie deficit. So for 1 week, 1 week to 2 weeks, you are going to eat your maintenance calories. That is not a calorie deficit. So you are eating more calories to kickstart your metabolism again. And
Interesting. Yeah, that's
I
pretty deep.
and in my course, I also suggest like we should at least take one cheat meal in a week. And it's not that this is helpful for fat loss, but it is helpful psychologically.
Hmm. Right.
Say if you want to have ice cream, like you like ice cream and you want to have ice cream, and you are on a diet, you say no, I can't eat ice cream, I can't eat ice cream. It make us more tempted toward ice cream to eat more ice cream because all the time we are just thinking ice cream, ice cream. I can't have ice cream, I can't have this and that.
And then
But
you're probably
if you
likely
say
to
that
mess up, right?
yes,
Because, yeah.
because all the time ice cream on your mind. So look, oh shit, I can't have ice cream. I can't have ice cream. Everyone is having it. I am also going to have it. Oh shit, I break my diet again. This happen like. But if you fix a day, like on Saturday lunch, I am going to get a cheat meal. Like I am going to have a cheat dish on the side. So subconsciously, you are not denying to eat the ice cream. You are just retiming it. So this your mind sense like you are not deprived of anything. You are just shifting the time of it.
Right. So now you have me
And
interested in the programs. Can you talk about, before you mention Body Transformation X, um, what that
yes,
is, who would benefit from it, and how that works? Like you also mentioned these one-on-one talks. Can you talk about
oh,
that and why that's beneficial?
so okay, so the body transformation acts firstly is beneficial for three kind of people. Mainly three kind of people. Like number one, people is who have too much information on the internet and are not able to make sense of that and don't know what to do, and they have just so much information that they don't even know what is beneficial actually or not. For them, I will tell them like what is the right information or what is the right thing they need to do. And for the second type of people, like they have so much focused on their work, like they never get time to work on their health or look at this thing. So they can get all the information like they need to lose weight. And third is that some people who have look at online every information that they need to look and also have clarity in their mind, but there are some question that is specific to them and they are not getting answer of it anywhere. This can be anything like setting. A person I talk to with, his problem is that I know everything about diet. I know everything about exercise, but problem is that I live offshore at my company office and what company kitchen cook I can only eat that. So what I can do?
Hmm.
I don't even know what they are going to prepare, what are they are going to make. So I tell them the plating method. Like this is not 100% guaranteed result. Like this is going to work for you 100%. This is 90% going to work for you, but this is for when you are new to try out. Like I can go more on detailing like BT and like body transformation next. But for BTX, I tell BTX call is a one-on-one call where I am telling you everything you need to know on a call. So this is divided into three parts. One-on-one call is divided into three parts. First part is where I tell everything you need to know about fat loss at optimal length because I don't want too much information that you become confused and not so less that you kept renting. And in also there is a sub part where I tell you things about my experience, what I have learned and what I have done for myself so I can tell you what you can do. Things that I learned from my experience. And in the second part, I tell you people about pitfall that most people fall for, like mistake that most people make and how to avoid that.
Yeah.
And finally, the third part in that call is answering any queries that that person have in their mind. Because my goal is to make them crystal clear about their goal and what they need to do. For my side, I can try to give them everything they need to know, but there can be still something that they need to ask or they don't understand. Things like this.
Yeah, I think
So
a
they
lot of
can ask me
people look at
anything that.
something general and they're doubtful, but I think if I needed this program, it would sound more beneficial because you're tailoring it to, you know, what my life is like, and that makes it more a higher chance of succeeding, right?
Yes, and like this give you information according to your needs. And like also like some extra thing like notes of the call so you don't have to remember everything what was in the call so you can just check the notes
Yeah.
and a calorie cheat sheet like so you can get the rough idea how so much something have so much calories like one type of food have this much calories, one type of food have this much calories. There is a calorie cheat sheet so you can easily print out that and remember it.
Oh, so you have
So it will
printouts.
be
And when I did your health span and we worked on the printouts, I'm glad that you're making these like value add. So you can just put it on your phone and check it. Can they also go
yes.
in the program and chat with you, like in the health span? Can they like ask you a question?
For the one-on-one program, currently this is mostly about a one call. But if they have any question before joining, like how like they want to ask more question and there is something that is not clear to them and they want to know more thing, they can contact me. I think you have put my links in the description. And even if they go at my store, there is a option to message me. They can message me anytime,
Yeah,
and I will
exactly.
guarantee that I will reply in 24 hours.
Yeah, I think that's really important because, the way I usually work is I'll come in prepared and I have 80% of what I think I need to know. And then later I come up with some other question. And so if I could go on there, it wouldn't be an immediate answer, but like if I just had to wait 24 hours, that's not too bad to get something like,
Like,
oh, they actually have this on the menu. Is that okay? Or how do I work with
yes,
a gym day or something? So that's good to know.
that is more about BTN. Like BTX is about getting all the answers. For me, it is not physically possible. Like if I say there are 100 people who have take the BTX course, for physically, humanly, it is not possible for me to keep every 100% check. So that's why I have the next program, BTN, where I take you through the 10 months journey, where I help you
Oh,
lose all your weight and help you get healthy.
is
BTN is
that
about that.
is that one the next program?
Yes,
I
BTN, like
see.
body transformation, the next step.
So BTX is like a one-on-one consult. You give them a personal
Yes,
information and they implement it. And then
and
you have
BTX
a
is
follow-up program called Next where it's like 10 months of
challenge.
journey. Yeah, that's great.
The BTX is more like I give some person all the information and he can do it themselves It's not that they can't do themselves or they definitely need BT, and if they not take the BT and they are not going to get results. They can definitely get results with the BTX program. But some people problem is that they have so busy schedule that they can't work on that. Or to say they don't want to spend too much time thinking, trying and going through trial and errors. Like as I told you, if I look at the BTX, I told them everything they need to do, but they don't know how to progressively go through that journey and what to put, how much to put. I also tell like how they can progress in exercises. So they don't know how to progress in exercise. What if they go too high too soon? This is also a problem.
Right.
They can do it themselves. They can do it themselves. It's not that they can't do it. But if they want guidance through the period of time, so that is another part, another program, and where I guarantee them like I will walk you through this journey. I will walk with you in this journey.
So the question I have is, um, I might try to find some information myself, or I find all these different um, workout or health programs online. Like, what makes your approach different? Um, and like, why would someone want to choose one of your coaching sessions?
So the number one benefit that I think I have with me that not any other person have is that I have done it myself. And not only that I have done it myself is that I am also self-taught. Let's say if some person who have lose all the weight and they are say selling a course, but if they are guided by someone, so there are highly chance that the person who guided them have taught them the thing that is necessary for them, not all things that they need to know. For me, I have learned everything and tried like this, that, and after that I have done my fat loss journey. And second part is that if someone is just coaching and not have done it themselves, then the problem comes is how person feel inside.
Hmm.
Like there, like I tell you, there is a person in my coaching who told me like this is too much protein. You are telling me to eat too much protein. The protein you are telling me is too much. I also made post about this like what we think too much is just the basic requirement of our body. But it's a person who is just only telling this, only this. So he will tell you like this is normal. He tell all the factual thing, and that is not wrong. That is right, and that can also work. But what I told him that I know why you are feeling this. You are feeling this because you have been on a low protein diet for such a longer time. I also been at his place, so I know what he's feeling from the inside. And
I'm,
I also know like the biggest hurdle is not exercise itself. The
yeah.
biggest hurdle is going out in front of people while we have fear of judgment, like what other people think about us. If someone who have not done it, they maybe don't know about this. Like when they say, "Why are you not exercising? You are not motivated." But that person is actually motivated. He's just afraid like what the other people are going to say
I'm sure you
to
learned
judge him.
so many things in your journey. Like you said, you lost about 100 pounds in 3 months and almost
Like
120 pounds in 4 months.
okay,
Like, you
okay,
must
my
have
internet is
learned so many little things in that process, a lot more things than you could explain in this. But as you talk to someone, I'm just imagining, and correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're listening to someone else's personal situation, I'm sure a lot of the things that you learned come to mind.
yes. Like for the many of question you ask in the program, I also tell them my experience. Like this happened to me, this happened, that happened. So this is all I have personal experience in all of these things.
So, for those who are ready to take the next step, where do they learn
Wait
more?
a minute. Wait a
Oh,
minute.
yeah,
Like
sure.
can I tell them a little more about the body transformation
Yeah,
next
please,
program?
please, please, please.
How this works?
And then when you're
So the
ready, you
body
can tell them
transform.
like where to find it. But go ahead. Like,
Okay.
Whatever is on your mind,
So the
because this is about
body
helping people
transformation
feel
next,
better.
yes. So the body transformation next program is not that this is a straight linear program for the 10th month. It is divided into the four phases. And the first phase lasts for 1 month, and coming all upcoming three phases last for 3 months. So number one phase, the first phase is about knowing your body. Like I can tell all the theoretical information, but I don't know how your body works. This is something I learned from experience. Like there are three body types: ectomorph, mesomorph, endomorph. So endomorph who are the type of people who get weight easily and it's hard for them to lose weight. Ectomorph are people who lose weight easily but hard for them to gain weight. And
Hmm.
mesomorph in middle of them. So I give them like generally this is how much calories you need to eat. If you go online and find any calories calculator, they will give same calories to everyone. And say someone is an endomorph, for which guy gaining weight is easier and losing weight is harder. So if we give him the same calories as the guy for which losing weight is easier and gaining weight is harder, then he's not going to get results, even though that is working for others.
Right.
So the first month is all about finding the right sweet spot for them where they are losing weight at an optimal pace. Because optimal pace, if we go too fast, we might also lose too much muscles. We also want to reduce the muscle loss that is happening. First phase is about learning their body, how their body is working. And then second phase, it's like a game like first month is a tutorial, how we are learning about everything about body. I also program my 10-month challenge as a game so it become interesting for the people.
Hmm.
And the next phase is like killing the minions in game like small fries that come here and there that is easier to kill. That small fries is your 0 to 80% fat, like the 80% of fat that you can lose easily. We will work on these 3 months. We will supercharge your fat loss and we lose weight that we can lose in 3 months. And the next 3 months is like defeating a boss, and that boss is plateaus. People hit plateaus in their fat loss journey. And in this 3 months, like third session, third phase, we are going to work on how we can break plateaus. For some people, it can be building more muscles to make their passive calories burn extra. For some people, it can be active calories burn like cardio, etc. And for some people, it can be calories putting calories more down. And for some people, it can be refeed session where they are going to feed more for 1 to 2 weeks so their metabolism can kickstart and they can start losing weight again. And after that, the final phase, fourth phase is the most important of them, after all four of them, is that learning how you can sustain that on yourself so you don't have to depend on me or anyone else
Right.
for your life. Because in the first three phases, like first month, we learned everything about your body and how everything is going to work. Second phase, we lost as much fat as we can. Third phase, we will break all the plateaus and reduce almost all the fat that we need to reduce. And the next 3 months, the final phase is about how you can maintain that. In this session, I will be like in the back seat and you are doing the most of the work and I'm just guiding when you are wrong. You are doing all the thing, you are going right, like well done. And if you are do something wrong, I'm going to tell you like do this, do that, so they can understand how they can work in their life and they don't gain fat again because they have to live their full life so they don't become fat. And nobody want to be fat after working on that for so much time, like 7 months, 8 months, working on something and just not getting many photo clicks and reducing all of that just in a period of time.
That's what I liked about
And
doing your health span class is you gave me all the information to empower myself to follow through. But then you were also there
yes,
for questions and you gave me extra things to go along with it. Um, and that's one thing I respect about Himanshu is that uh, you you don't want to string people along forever. You want them to be healthy, be happy with the course, and move on. Or maybe if they see something else, then they're so happy they come back. But you're giving them all the information they need to be successful long term, which is great.
As I know, like many people, they go for a subscription base, like they pay the subscription and keep coming, keep coming. For me, it's like one-time payment and 10-month challenge. After that, you don't need me, and you can do whatever you want, and you will going to get results.
So how do they, like, go back to my question before when I cut you off, which I'm sorry. How do they find your courses?
Like, if you have put the link in the description, they can find me from there.
Okay.
And you have also put the link to my social handle, so they can message me there, and I will reply in 24 hours. Because I can't guarantee that I can reply as soon as they tell.
Of course, yeah.
And for the website is www.boop.com/btx.
And let me
And
spell that. It's whop.com/btx. It's pretty simple. And that's, I've done his health span course. You just sign in, and then you can send a message or do the course at your own timing, which is pretty nice.
yes, but for this, like you can send message even before joining. And for I made this joining is free because they can join and they can fix the time at what time they want to take this one-on-one class. And I think like most of people is coming from US. So I have set the time according to US time, like so they can be comfortable at that time. But for if someone else that is coming from other country like UK, Italy, etc., Australia, India, any part of the world, they can talk to me and I will find time for them that can be suitable to them. So they don't have to be like, he give me this time slot, so I have to work in this. They can also always reach out to me and I will fix the time according to them.
Yeah, it's
And if
great.
they have any question, like what I'm going to get, what I'm not going to get, they can always ask me that. And one thing I also want to tell that Mr. Gabriel is a very great person, and I am telling this not because he get me on this podcast, but I am telling this because for as long as I know him, for to tell the truth, in the starting I am a little skeptical about this because there are many people like Mr. Gabriel who show like I am a kind person, I am a person who help other and other many things. And in starting I also said like this is the same thing. But after being him in so long time, I can guarantee you that he is genuinely a good guy. What he show on his channel, he is really what it is. It's not have a mask on his face like I am a good guy on channel and when you reach out to me privately, I will be like, oh sorry, I can't help you. He's a very good guy. And that's why I also going to give a share of my profit to Mr. Gabriel. Anyone who use the link from the description of this video is going to get a discount.
Yeah,
That means, oh sorry,
I
not
even
get a
asked him
discount.
like, don't do
Mr.
this, don't
Gabriel.
do this. But Himanshu is a good guy, and that's
Ah,
I would give you the same, just the same credit. Like that's why I wanted to
yes,
do this podcast with you because I know that you're a good guy too. So thanks for that. That was
yes,
nice.
Mr.
That's nice.
Gabriel going to get a share. So anyone who join using this link also supporting their favorite channel to grow. And one more thing, it is not going to charge you any extra money if you use this link or any other link. No matter which link you use, this is going to charge at the same price. So you don't have to worry about that. Like I am going to use link from the description and a share is going to Mr. Gabriel, so I am going to pay a higher price. It's not like that. Everyone have to pay the same price and get the same services.
Yeah,
And
this is why
before
I said
wrapping,
no. I was
like
like, Himanshu, I want you to benefit from this, but he wants to share
yes,
with me, and I think that just shows great character. So thank you. Does anyone?
and
Can I ask? Does anyone have any questions they want to put in the chat?
like So I just have one thing to tell before we come to that.
Sure, yeah.
And
Go ahead.
that there is limited spot on both of these. Like for BTX is a 1 hour commitment, so there are 50 slots open for that. So only the 50% will be able to join that. Even if it's free, they on any other people that is extra than 15 may be not able to get the seat now. And for the BTN program, which is a 10-month commitment from my side and your side, it is a big commitment. So only 20 sports are open there. So not all the people who are getting in the BTX program is guaranteed to have a seat in BTN program. So if you want to get a seat, you can join now and book a call. And I suggest one thing: if you are not getting the time that you need to get in the call, you can just schedule the call 1 day later or 2 day later, and you can talk out to me, and I will adjust the call according to your time, so you don't have to worry about it. Just get your seat booked because only 50 slots are available for BTX, and out of that 50 slots, only 20 slots are open for BTN. And one more important thing is not only about the sports. Like sports are open now. If they close after some time, they are going to open again. As a human, I have my limitation. Like I can only do this much. And after these 50 people join my program, join the BTS program, there are very high chance that I am going to convert that into a recording session instead of one-on-one call, because it will become hard for me to also maintain the one-on-one call quality, also working on the 10-month challenge. So that's why that is going to be a recording session. I am still going to give things like questions, like the first part where I tell everything about fat loss they need to know will be recorded. Things I learned from my experience will be recorded. And common mistakes that people make will be recorded. But the session where I help them, I will answer questions specific to them, will not be recorded. We will still keep giving that service because I want them to be crystal clear. This is still my goal, but as my limitation come in, that's why I am making that part is recorded. And for the BTN program, body transformation next program, the limitation is that the 20 people who are joining now and the first 20 people who are going to join is going to get one-on-one experience. Like I am going to be with them like a one-on-one person chatting. But after that, I will still maintain the quality, but you may have group sessions. And I don't say group session is bad. Group session is still good because there can some question that other people ask that can be beneficial for you.
That's true. Yeah.
But still, for the people who definitely want like one-on-one experience, this is the 20 sports that I am going to do because due to my limitation.
Yeah,
So
I think that says that you want to keep it quality, not just let it get overrun and then give less quality to people. So I think it's smart that you have a limit, so you can give everyone a good quality course.
Yes, because I don't want them to be like 100 people subscribe to my 10-month challenge. I'm not even able to give time to one person in comfortably. Like for I am not able to deliver quality to a single person, and there is no meaning in getting 100 points. If I am getting 10, I am getting 20, I am going to do my best so they can get the best experience.
Yeah, that's great.
So now you can continue what you are asking. So
No, I'm just gonna watch, like, as I go through the end questions and things. I'll just watch for any questions that come up, so that you can answer anyone's personal questions. And like I said, if someone's watching this now and they think of something tonight or tomorrow, they can always go to Himanshu on X and Instagram and on WAP and on LinkedIn and just send him a message. I mean, this guy is great to talk to. We talk as friends. So.
And one thing is that you can send messages on any of that, and I will definitely respond in under 24 hours. But if you send a message on Instagram, there are high likely chance that I am going to reply even earlier because I don't know why some app don't give notification me on time about the messages of people. This happened with Mr. Gabriel also. Like he sent me messages and after 2 to 3 hours. I say, "Oh, I got notification now." This happened to me by time, but Instagram give me every notification at times, so there are high chance that I'm going to reply earlier if I am free.
So you're
And
saying
no
you're
matter
a real
whatever,
person.
yes.
You're a real person.
So no matter whatever social media you use to contact me, I will reply under 24 hours. But if you want a quicker service, like you want to get reply quickly, so Instagram is a good place because that gives me right notification at the right time.
And do you post like health span or fitness related content on those other platforms too? Like fun stuff?
No, no, it's only currently on LinkedIn because I'm only focused on one.
Right.
Like
Right.
I have said, I have limitation. I can't do this, but
True. Yeah, that's true. Like everyone. So I have just some little conclusion things to say. Like Himanshu's given us some great info about real health priorities, weight loss, fitness, nutrition. As he mentioned, you can learn more about these principles at whop.com/btx. That's WHOP.com/btx. And personally, I think the idea of the one-on-one calls is a great idea since everyone's life and responsibilities differ, and personalized programs are much more effective than general tips. So kudos for that. I know you were thinking about all this over like the time that I've known you and making the right kind of programs. So I think that's a
yes,
smart move. Um, you
yes,
can,
I have. I I try with the peoples, and when they give the good response, they give the good reviews. After that, I show it to general public
right. Yeah, that's
because I
smart.
know for all the information like fat loss is mostly available on internet, but they are still something like that's why people are not getting results. And even people are saying that some of the information you can get online, but the experience he have and the support he gives is the thing that made it worth it.
And one thing I like is that when you started out the program, you were very open to feedback and you keep making it better and better. So I like that. You know, it's not just like you make it and you say it's done. You added features and you made your programs better over time,
I
which
am
is
still,
really great.
I am still doing it. Like as I told when yesterday we are trying to set this all up, think up like I told you like that website keeps changing their UI like every week and it's become hard to navigate.
Hmm.
So the person I'm working with also said like it's becoming hard for me to navigate how I am going to navigate here. So I feel like this is a website problem, but as a creator I have to solve it. So I also made like tutorial part. If you don't know how to do anything, I will share it there. If you don't know how to message me, look, this is their part. Here you can understand how to reach to out to me. You don't know how to book the call. This is the part. Here you can see how you can book the call. And I have also all the parts. Like after this, after you book the call, you are going to get this email there, and on the your calendar, Google Calendar, you will get this notification here. And before that, so I am making sure that they don't have any uncertainty in the mind. Like I have booked the call, now what? Because I don't want to use people like that. I don't know what to do after the call. So it is uncertainty and feel uncomfortable to many people. Like I have paid the money and what is going now?
So
Where I am in the process.
I'm going to give them your Instagram and your X account in case anyone is just listening, and then they know if they're just listening, if they want to look in the description later. But you can find Himanshu Rana on Instagram and X at hi, like HI dot Manshu Rana, MANSHURANA. And it's the same on Instagram and X, right? Hi dot Manshu
No,
Rana.
like for Instagram is hi dot Manshurana
Uh huh.
and for X hi no miss for Instagram hi dot Himanshu Rana, and for X, hi underscore
Oh, that's right.
Himanshu Rana
That's
because
right.
not available.
Yeah, thanks for clearing that up. Um, so everyone out there, please don't forget to subscribe and tap the notification bell so you get more transformative insights that will help you live a more healthy life and confident and be fulfilled. And please share this episode with someone who could benefit from this health and wellness advice. Now, Himanshu, before we get on to any questions that come through, could you share some of your key takeaways with our audience that they can apply today? Like anything that really matters the most. What do you think?
So the number one thing that they can do is, first of all, like I stated, the number one tip is don't make any radical change that you can commit for the long period of time. Because it's not about making radical changes now and changing that everything back like as before after some time. Make commitments that you can do now and keep them for a very long period of time. Like example, any example is that switching one junk food with anything healthier. You don't need to fix your whole diet. Just fix one part of it. Just fix the one meal. And for exercise, you don't need to go all over the board like these are the 10 exercises I need to do and I am going to do 10 of them today. It's not that your body even can't handle these all these things. So start adding things by step. And remember this idea is not to do so all the things you can do. Idea is to do things that you can do always and add on that.
Yeah, I like that. There's a saying like, don't bite off more than you can chew, right? And
Yes.
and a lot of this advice you're giving for health is also the same for work. Like, don't take on more than you can handle, or don't commit to something that is going to burn you out. So I like that you're saying just keep it simple, make small changes that add up over time, and be consistent with
And
that as you
yes.
build up your program, right?
And the one final thing, like first point is not make radical change, and final point is that you are a human, and every human make mistake. It's not that you are going to follow everything perfectly. You are definitely going to mistake. Like someday you have cheat meals, extra cheat meals. Someday you don't do exercise. It's not that it is all over. You have done so many good things, so many things that is beneficial for your goal. One day, one small thing is not going to destroy all your progress. You can keep continuing that. Don't dwell on that. It's good to see what mistakes you made and to improve that, but it's not good to keep dwelling on them and not making any progress.
Yeah, yeah. Like, be kind to yourself, right?
Yes, forgive yourself. You are a human.
Yeah.
You make mistakes.
I think that's true with any type of transformation or hard thing that we do. We all have like a time where we stumble or we make a mistake, and then you get hard on yourself. You say like, oh, I shouldn't have made that mistake, or now I failed it. So just remember that this is normal. Like, get back on the
And
horse
after
and
all,
keep going, right?
it is not a race like you have to come first and you are
Mm.
competing with anyone else. It's about making your life better, and you can do it at your own pace.
Yeah, that's true. So, pretty quiet crowd, no questions, but please, everyone who watches this later, look in the description and find Himanshu's contact links. Send him a message. He's a nice guy. And thank you
I'm
for,
wondering, like, there are no question. Is it because they know the answer, like they get to know what they need to know, or it is because they think I don't know anything, and that's why they are not asking any questions?
I don't know. You never know, right? I'm sure you'll get some
Yes,
questions eventually, which is the point. So
yes,
thank you everyone for joining us. Himanshu, thank you for making time to share this with the community. We're streaming this literally like all the way around the world. So we're 12
yes.
hours apart from where we are. It's a big sacrifice for him, and I'm really grateful that he took the time to want to help everyone in this community with their own health. And that's kind of what this is all about, is We learn to do a lot of things and help each other in this process. And I'm really grateful you came here, Himanshu. So thanks.
Yes, and don't forget, if you are joining, I still suggest use the link in the description because it is also going to support your favorite channel.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Thank you. For our viewers, like he said, all the links to the resources are down in there. The link to his master classes are down there. And as you reflect on your own health journey, consider what health change you can start right away. Maybe take a moment to journal or write a list of what you might start improving this week.
So, are you asking a question like what we can do? What we can do to start today?
No, if you want to answer that, sure. I was just saying, like,
No,
a
I
good
can
thing
answer.
for
No,
people
I
is
can.
like to journal something, and you get your thoughts out, and then it's kind of like a commitment when you see yourself writing something down. This is
Journal is the best way like, to do things. When you are surrounded by people, your people hold you for your commitments. Like
that's
what
right.
commitment you do, people keep you accountable for that. But if you have no one around that, it's your journal. Like you have written something and you can see that I have made this promise to myself and I have written this for myself. And if you don't have journals, it like if you don't have any visual cues, so it becomes hard to remember things. And it's also motivating. Like if you one thing that I can do is like write any motivational quote, like anything that motivate you, print that out and put that on the wall. Like when you wake up, open your eyes, you will first thing see is motivation, and you will be motivated to start your journey. And once you get started, momentum keep rolling up.
That's right, yeah. So anything else you want to add before we sign off?
No, there is nothing else. Like I just want to tell in the end that is that you can join the things from the link in the description, and you can always reach out to me, and I will reply under 24 hours.
Yeah, he really does. Even when I
And
bug him
and
with
also
silly stuff.
and thank you for having me here, Mr. Gavin, and all that. Yes, go do it all community.
Yeah, of course. And I would say anyone who does check out his course, don't be afraid to, if you have an idea, don't be afraid to share it with Himanshu because he's really open-minded, and it might help him improve the course for the next person, and then you're really helping another person do even better. So that's what I like,
Yes,
very open-minded. So,
definitely.
well, I'm going to do my little sign-off, my do-it-all sign-off. So stay fit and stay healthy, and let's go do it all.
Let's go do it all.
Thanks, everyone.